Flick's decision to draw a line in the sand has transformed the routine transfer window into a showdown that could define Barcelona's season. On one side sits a manager who believes squad continuity, the players who know his ideas and can execute them under pressure, is non-negotiable. On the other side sits a board that is painfully aware of La Liga's financial arithmetic. Registration deadlines are fast approaching, fair play margins are tight, and balancing the books isn't optional. That friction explains why the club has quietly listened to offers for several recognisable names, while Flick has publicly and privately pushed back, insisting he needs resources and depth, not a diminished squad. The debates behind closed doors matter because they will determine whether Barcelona acts with strategic patience or with desperate urgency. Among the names whispered in negotiations, one case stands out: a young midfielder who has been a frequent presence but not an untouchable starter. The sporting directors believe a substantial bid could provide breathing room that would allow future reinforcements or simply ensure the club meets financial rules. Flick, recalling how injuries forced painful changes last season, has vetoed moves he views as weakening the spine of the team. Elsewhere, the defensive picture complicates any potential sales. A senior centre-back's departure to a Saudi club has already altered plans, creating a vacuum at the heart of defence and elevating others into roles they might not have held otherwise. With that gap, moving out established defenders becomes a less attractive option, even if cash would help the balance sheet. The result is a tense, pragmatic negotiation where sporting logic and accounting spreadsheets pull in opposite directions. Add to the mix contract terminations and loans, a veteran's exit being negotiated and two younger players likely to go out on temporary moves to gain minutes. And you see why this is not a simple yes or no. Each move shifts the club's tactical options, the bench's reliability, and the ability to respond to injuries and suspensions. For fans watching from home, the stakes are simple but enormous. Keep the group that knows how to win together, or sell pieces now to avoid administrative penalties and risk being forced into worse sales later. The timing of registrations means that even seemingly small choices can cascade. A late sale that frees funds might prevent punishment, but the absence of that player could leave the manager scrambling. Conversely, refusing to sell might preserve the dressing room and the on-pitch plan, but it could invite sanctions or rule-driven constraints on bringing in reinforcements in January. There is also a human element that rarely makes headlines: locker room chemistry, a player's confidence, and the message sent to younger talents about the club's ambitions. Flick's stance is as much about protecting a culture as it is about protecting a formation. So what should supporters expect in the coming days? Watch who is registered, who is suddenly left out of match squads, and any public signals from sporting directors about targeted departures. Pay attention to subtle shifts in lineups that hint at planning for a smaller or broader squad. Ultimately, this is more than a transfer saga. It is a moment of identity for Barcelona. A test of whether sporting priorities or financial survival will dictate the club's path. Whichever way the board and manager move, the consequences will ripple beyond a single window, shaping tactics, morale, and the club's ability to compete. For now, the gamble is set. Hold the squad and risk financial strain, or sacrifice pieces to survive the rules. Camp Nou and the footballing world now wait for the next move that will decide which of those two futures becomes reality.